People say, how do you get so much done? How do you run a business and still coach Little League and baseball and softball? How do you do all those things? It's because of just simple success habits.
You are what you consistently do. In the beginning, the most important thing is just to shut up and put your reps in.
I recently sat down with Dean Graziosi for a one-on-one interview, and so to celebrate that, here is a special Dean Graziosi espresso from our vault. Enjoy.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning. I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Ever since that journey, and starting even before that with More Than Millions, I realized that people are searching, like, and again, I digress sometimes, but everybody's in a vehicle, like your wealth creation vehicle, whether that's a job you don't like, or a job you do like, or a business you started, or a business that's crushing, or business that's not doing great. You have this vehicle. And when this vehicle's not working, we're looking on the road of all the other shiny cars. And it's like, oh man, I tried selling stuff on Amazon, that's not working. I'm gonna go in the car business, the real estate business. I'm gonna go in the speaking business, the nutrition business, the supplement. And you're looking for another car to jump in. And I realized people jump from car to car to car their whole life, looking for satiation, looking for satisfaction, looking to make more money. And I got to see it firsthand, Tom, because I was in the business of teaching people how to make money with real estate. And when they would call into customer service, when they would send in for a refund, or I'd see them at an event, they never said, ever, I tried your real estate stuff, it sucks. Never. We used to send surveys to listen, go, how come you're not making money yet? Is it, the time, effort, energy, Dean's training sucks? 1% would pick the training sucks. And what I realized over all these years is that, and the reason I wrote Millionaire Success Habits, is you could literally give someone a business on how to sell $20 bills for $5, and they'd screw it up because of their beliefs, because of the fear of rejection, because of the fear of selling, because of the fear of marketing, because other people told them they couldn't, or they feel they need certain criteria, they need initials at the end of their name, like they need all these things. And at the end of the day, what you wrote, your impact theory, you call them beliefs?
Yeah.
Impact theory beliefs. It's kind of the same beliefs that are in my book, but it's also the same beliefs that are in 3/4 of the books that you have in your shelf now, and the incredible people you've interviewed. And I just saw that if we can give people, if we can go upstream, if you can stop jumping from vehicle to vehicle, the vehicle you're in might be the right vehicle, but you don't have the right habits or the right beliefs or the right rules, whatever you want to call it. My book's Habits, so I call them habits. But it's really the foundation for success, so you can overcome the obstacles. You don't let negative people in your life steer you in different directions. It doesn't, even people will ask me about productivity. People say, how do you get so much done? How do you run a business and still coach Little League and baseball and softball? How do you do all those things? It's because of just simple success habits. Like, I just wrote something on this recently. I said, you have to treat your decisions for productivity like binary thinking, which is X's and O's, black or white, yes or no. Is this moving me toward a better version of myself, a wealthier version, a happier version, or is it not? Successful people this doesn't serve that better version of me, I'm not doing it, right? So there's all these little rules. And I think, and I know this even when I met with Branson, I think people meet someone who's successful. People meet you and they're like, okay, what is it? Like there's this little, like, okay, nobody's looking. Wah, and it lights up and like, here it is, right? And it's not the big thing. Like even when I was sailing with Branson, I'm waiting, like I wanted to say to him, so what is it? But it's not. When I get done talking to him for 3 hours, he's got the same habits that you have, the same rules that you have written down on that plaque that's amazing. In my opinion, it's never the big things. It's all the little changes you can make in your life, and none of them are dramatic at each level. It's like just following these little principles that have worked for so many years, and you start putting them in your life, and all of a sudden decisions start going easier. The money starts to change. The business starts to do good. The thoughts in your head start to project a bigger future rather than negativity. I think it's the buildup of the habits or beliefs.
You are what you consistently do. The problem for people watching this video, for you, your problem is that you know where you want to go. You know what you want to accomplish. You actually even know the habits that you need to do. You're just not doing them consistently. You get motivated, you get inspired, you get pumped up, something happens in your life that then makes you want to go and drive further, harder, faster, let's go. And then you fall off the track. You go back to the old ways, you go back to your old habits, and then you don't end up accomplishing your goals. Even though you know you're capable, you know it's possible, you know you could do it, you have done versions of it in the past, but you're not consistent on it. That's the problem. And that's what we need to shift in this video, because until you get off that loop, you're gonna keep running the same cycle over and over and over and over again, knowing that you're capable of more, knowing that you've got the potential and heart to accomplish amazing things, to serve, to make a lot of money, to be the person that you wanna be, knowing that that's possible, but then never actually accomplishing it. We're gonna fix that in this video. So I've got a model of the 4 stages of personal development, or 4 stages of personal growth. And the first one is the haters. And the haters are the people who hate their own life. And this is most people. Most people don't actually love their own life. If you really dug down and analyzed people, you ask them about themselves and how much they love their life, most people will not love their life. Most people do not have positive self-talk when they're looking in the mirror. Most people overjudge themselves, over-criticize themselves, and know that they're not living the life that they could be living. That's most people. Most of the world hates their life. And it shows up, especially in America, in depression rates and suicide rates. Like, people are not happy. People are not happy. And as a result, they're in a lot of pain. And as a result of that, they hate on other people's ideas. If you're thinking why so many people will tear down your ideas and tell you why you can't do it, because they are in a lot of pain themselves. Because they maybe took a shot at their life, their dream life, and it didn't happen. They didn't make it. So now nobody around them can be happy either, right? This is the problem I'm trying to solve. You know, I'm trying to move people from the land of haters, because I believe people are good. You know, I believe people are good. People are good. People want to serve. You're built to serve. You want to serve. You want to help. People are at the core good, and yet a lot of people are negative because they're in a lot of pain. So that's step 1. And that's probably not, if you're watching this video, if you're subscribed to this channel, that's not you. You're not the hater, but you know probably a lot of people who are haters. And you can join me on my mission to save them, to serve them, to help them, to shift them, to move them forward, to realize that their dream life is possible. Okay, so that's step 1, is the haters. Stage 2 is the wannabes. Now we're starting to get into the territory of what you may be in watching this video. The wannabes are the people who, they want big things, they want a dream life, they want to do more, they want to serve, they want to care, they want to help. You look at other people doing it and say, I want that. And you believe that it's possible. You know, you believe that it's possible, but you're too afraid. You're too scared. You don't know that it's possible for you. You don't live there enough. And so you watch videos, or you read books, you listen to podcasts, you go to events, and you get pumped up, and then you come back and you do a little bit of work, but then you fall back into the old patterns, and you're stuck in wannabe mode. It's way better than being in the hater mode, because at least you have some positivity in your life, but you're not moving towards your goals, not nearly fast enough, not nearly at the speed that you know you're capable of. And the biggest problem with wannabes is you're watching a video, or you're going to an event, and you think that that's the work. That's not the work. That doesn't matter until you actually do something. Watching this video doesn't mean anything unless you actually take action on it, right? Nothing changes in your life until you actually take action on it. Watching this video, going to somebody's event, listening to somebody's podcast might get you inspired, right? Might get you thinking about what's possible, about where you could go, but it doesn't actually lead to you doing anything until you do something. So that's why I always push in every video, I need you to take action. I need you to take action. You got to do something. Commit in the comments below. You'll see that at the end of the video. What's your number 1 takeaway? Do something. Tell me. Put in the comments below. Next, we move to achievers, and the achievers are the ones who start doing it. Achievers are the ones who start doing it, and that may be you. You start doing it. And when you look at the people around you, you see that you're probably the most ambitious person in your circle. You're probably the one who's pushing the hardest, and you've got the most belief in others, and you're the one lifting other people up around you, but you're not consistent. You start and you stop, and you start and you stop, and you start and you stop. And then the last step is the high achievers. And those are the people who consistently do it, who do their morning routine even when they're tired, who stay consistent on their habits even when they don't want to, even when life throws them a curveball. You know, I'm here making videos for you because that's part of my routine. You know, I'm recording this on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday I make videos. 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 I've made videos feeling sick. I've made videos with no voice and I held up signs. I made videos with a concussion and a broken neck. I make videos. That's the difference between an achiever and a high achiever, is that you show up when everybody else would give you a break, when everybody else would say, take it easy, when everybody else would say, you're pushing too hard, when everybody else says, you're too obsessed. You say, no, I'm committed to my goals. I'm committed to making this happen, because you are what you consistently do. We tend to try to overcorrect things. If you have a goal of eating a certain number of calories or sticking to a certain weight, and you go and you binge one day, we tend to try to overcorrect to say, that's it, I'm going on a 24-hour fast. You know, I'm just not gonna eat anything for 24 hours. Or if your business, you let yourself down, you don't deliver, you don't promise, you don't follow through on the promises. You say you're gonna make videos for YouTube, and then you don't do it. And then the next day you wake up and say, I'm done with that, I'm gonna make 80 videos today, or whatever the number would be. We tend to try to do too much in the short run. And that's not where the gains are made, right? You could go to the gym and have an amazing session, but if you're not consistently showing up to the gym, you're not gonna get the results that you want. Same thing for the gym of life, the gym of business, the gym of your mindset. It's what you do consistently every single day. And that can sometimes be boring. And that can sometimes be that you're chasing the wrong thing, you're doing somebody else's routine instead of your own. But if you want to be a high achiever, if you want to show up for yourself, for your family, for the people around you, for your customers, for the people who you know you can serve, you want to show up as your best self every day for them, the key is that you stick to your habits. So what I want you to do is think about, what does your dream life look like? What are the habits? Because success is habits. Your dream life is habits. It's not just getting that house or getting that car or whatever. Great. You get to be in a Porsche. Awesome. That's not your dream life. It's how are you living your life every day? What are you doing? What are the habits? And step outside, because we tend to only schedule in our business stuff. We schedule in our video recording, our meetings, content creation that you have to make, calling customers, whatever you have to do for your business, we schedule that in. But we don't schedule in the personal stuff. We don't schedule in our time in the gym. We don't schedule in our time with our family, our time with our kids, our time with our husband and wife. You don't schedule that in. And if you don't schedule that in, it's probably not gonna happen. When it's in your calendar, it happens. And you have to treat time with your family as important as a business meeting. Because you wouldn't skip on a business meeting, but you skip a lot of times on spending time with family. So what does an ideal life look like for you? And I'm not here to judge to say how much time you have to spend on business versus personal versus relationships, but all three categories matter. The time spent in business, the time spent with your loved ones, and that can be parents, kids, husband, wife, and then time spent alone. Like you need your own time for yourself. Whether that's watching videos like this, or meditating, or working out, but alone time. You need solo time, self-care time. What does that look like for you? And how many hours do you need to spend each week doing it? And then actually plan out your calendar and try to make it realistic. There's a lot of wasted time in your calendar. You might be the most productive person in your circle and everybody thinks that you're crushing it, but there's a lot of wasted time in your calendar. There's wasted time. There's wasted time spent on social media just scrolling and consuming. There's wasted time spent between tasks. There's wasted time spent procrastinating about the thing that you have to do instead of just doing it. There's tons of wasted time in your calendar, in your schedule right now. You've allowed that to happen. And I want to try to apply a pressure against that. So think about how you want to spend the next week. Look at your calendar. Look at every day for the next week, from where you are today to where you're going to be this point next week, and divide it up by how you're going to spend your time. Put your habits in your calendar and make it realistic. Don't say you're gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every day if you're going to sleep at 2 a.m. and think you're gonna crush it on 3 hours sleep. Unless you're a freak, you're probably not. But the good news is you have enough time. You have enough time. You have enough time if you were focused, If you stopped wasting time every day, you have enough time to do the things that you want to do. So schedule it in. Look at your calendar. Think about the buckets of your personal time. How much time do you need in the morning? How much time do you need in the afternoon or in the evening? Like, how much time do you need for you personally? How much time do you need to spend with your family, and bucket it in? How much time you need to spend sleeping? How much time you need to spend on your business, and put it all in. I sleep 8 hours to 8.5 hours a night. 7.5 to 8 hours a night. Sorry, 7.5 to 8.5 hours a night. We got it out, right? I'm not working on 5 hours sleep every night. I'm working on 7.5 to 8.5 hours a night, and I'm still massively productive because I schedule out my day and then I stick to my schedule. You don't have to give up an hour's sleep. You're wasting more than an hour every day. Focus on that first before giving up an hour's sleep and then trying to be productive on less sleep than what you were on the day before. Create your calendar. You are what you consistently do. Sticking to your habits and sticking to your calendar will be the thing that moves you from where you are to becoming the high achiever that actually achieves your potential, that actually accomplishes your mission, that actually creates the life for you, for your family, for the people around you that you know you're capable of doing. You are what you consistently do. Let's see it happen. Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know what was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week to act on it. When you watch a video and just get motivated, the science says you have a 35% chance of actually following through. But when you get motivated and create a specific action plan, you jump from 35% to 91% chance of you following through. That's what I want for you. And then when you commit to other people, the chances of you following through are 95%. So let's make it happen, Believe Nation. We don't just watch videos here, we do something about it. What was your single biggest takeaway from this video and your plan of action for the next week? Let me know, put it down in the comments below so I can celebrate you.
So what's up, man? It's good to see you. I see you all over the place. I see you hustling. Dude, your book, Built to Serve, you are built to serve. There's a difference when, you know, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years. I've been in the self-education industry for 24. Doesn't even seem possible. But there's a lot of people that when you kind of meet your heroes or you meet the people behind the book, a habits book, a Built to Serve book, a time management. It's like you meet the guy with the time management book and he's late getting on stage and stressed out of his mind in the green room. Like, there's no congruency is what I wanted to say. And before we chat today, I just want to honor you and give you congruency. What you wrote in this book is really who you are, man. You are built to serve. If you didn't check out Evan's Built to Serve, you should check it out. The truth is, I'm not all the way done. I freaking love it. My biggest problem is every book I read, Evan, I listen. I have such a hard time reading. I still have dyslexia. It still doesn't stick. So it's taken me longer. But when I actually read a book, it sticks. So highly recommend it. And it's just you. It's like it's having a 200-page conversation with you, which is always cool.
Cool, man. Appreciate it. Well, I also have an audiobook version. I read it myself, so there's always
dude, please send that to me.
There's this professor at the University of Florida. He's retired now. He was a photography professor. His name's Jerry Ullsman. And at the beginning of the semester, he would have this film photography class, and he'd bring the class in, and he would split them into two groups. And he said, everybody on this side of the room, you're going to be graded on the quantity of work that you do this semester. And everybody on this side of the room, you're going to be graded on the quality of work that you do this semester. And he further explained it by saying that for your film photography, you're going to be responsible for having 100 pictures. If you do 100 photos over the course of the semester, that'll be an A. If you do 90, it'll be a B. If you do 80, it'll be a C, and so on. So it's quantity. For this group, you only have to produce one photo, but it has to be the most perfect photo that you can make, the best photo that you can make. An interesting thing happened. At the end of the term, all the best grades came from the quantity group, not from the quality group. And what ended up happening was that while people were busy experimenting, making mistakes, learning how to play with composition and so on, they would come across a really great photo. And while the quality group was busy theorizing about what perfection would look like and how to take the perfect photo and not actually honing their skills, they ended up only making something mediocre or average. And the important insight here, especially for habits, is that in the beginning, the most important thing is just to shut up and put your reps in. Just make sure that you hone the skill, right? And you can start to think of it, the way that I like to think of it is that any outcome that you wish to achieve is just a point along the spectrum of repetitions. So if you have few reps to more reps, and you can imagine an easy goal, a moderate goal, a hard goal, the more reps that you put in, the more likely you are to achieve that goal. So maybe point A is, let's take fitness, squatting 100 pounds. Point B is squatting 200. Point C is squatting 300. Maybe you need to put in 100 reps or 1,000 reps to get to point A. Maybe it's 5,000 to get to point B. Maybe it's 10,000 to get to point C.
If you want to see the one-on-one I did recently with Dean, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
The world needs it. Let's do it. If we don't shift our mindset, nothing changes. Let's break the internet again.
Let's do it again.